Oh, my week has been so blessed. So blessed, Jesus. Okay, wait a minute. I need to go live on Facebook. Go live. Let me turn the air on. Now, it's only 7:43, so y'all know I gotta do my notes. We got some phenomenal guests tonight. Oh Lord. Now, first of all, I want to give a shout out to Miss Kathleen Blackwell. She knew my dad, you guys. You know, my dad, I barely knew my dad. He died when I was a itty bitty baby. So, she sent me a shout out and let me know that she worked for my father at Perma Hair of Hollywood, which is the place that basically started the hair weave. I say that with confidence now that I know I have somebody that has my back and can validate that. My dad was an innovator. So thank you, Miss Kathleen, for for sharing that with me. That was special. I had a really great week last week, and a young man on set also shared something special with me. I spoke. This is like really, really, really hard. So I'm just I spoke at Howard, and uh yeah, I'm gonna go on. Let me just go on. Okay, so there was some issues. Somebody had problems, Claudia, with my Purim play, Claudia. Um, all I have to say is I don't understand it. We are on a search for Jesus. You see what I'm saying, people? I don't understand why the book of Esther is in our Bible, yet we don't know there is a holiday to celebrate Esther and what she did for the people, our people. I don't know. I'm just trying to tell y'all something. I'm on a journey myself and I'm taking you with me. Come along if you want, hate if you don't. Okay, so my husband was like, yo, Paula, new edition checked you at church. The whole damn new edition. And I was like, well, if it's the majority of them motherfuckers, that's damn new edition, right? If it's the whole majority, but I have to apologize to a few members of New Edition because obviously it wasn't Ralph Tresvant. That nigga got sensitivity. He ain't gonna be trying to check nobody on some damn sunglasses. So it wasn't him. So I apologize, Ralph. It wasn't you. It wasn't my nigga Johnny Gill. That nigga too rich. He don't give a shit about what I'm doing. That's a rich nigga. That's my nigga. That's Johnny. Shout outs to Johnny. It wasn't Johnny. Apologizes to Johnny. It wasn't Bobby Brown. Now y'all niggas know at that time, if Bobby and Whitney was there, they'd have had their damn sunglasses on too. It was them other three niggas. It was the two little short ones and the light-skinned tall one. So no, I'm sorry, it wasn't New Edition. It was Belle Biv DeVoe. It was Belle motherfucking Biv DeVoe. So I apologize to New Edition because that's some other shit. Niggas wondering why bitches keep poisoning them. Maybe y'all need to quit being so judgmental. Okay, next. I need it to be known that I do not personally condone or, multiple partners for sex. That is something that they was talking about. I'm just listening. I personally believe that if you are on a true journey to find love, Jesus says love should be between a man and a woman. When you bring a third party, that includes a damn therapist, if you ask me, because I done seen some therapists start doing it with the spouse, ladies and men. I don't know. I'm just saying, I personally could not watch the man I love make love to someone else and feel the same way, and him watch me. I just don't. I personally, if that makes me a holy roller, I'm woman enough to say so. And I hope you little girls watching and women don't let bullies get to you. Now, I was watching, I watch a lot of you baby YouTubers out there. Not baby like y'all babies, because y'all got way more than babies like y'all younger than me. Y'all got way more subscribers and stuff. But I was watching wait a minute, I'm gonna think of it. Honey, who was it? Not wait a minute. Shit. What is shit? Night and day. So this baby, he got put up something that my girl, Candace Owens, done a little challenge, I guess, to the celebrity conservatives out here regarding transsexuals in sports. Y'all heard my boy talking about it. Y'all heard my boy. But because she's so fucking fine and I feel good about Candy, I'm going and address the issue. Okay. So, y'all talking about transsexual women in sports. How do y'all think I feel about actors? Transsexual women, they're taking all our roles. They're getting nominated. Y'all talking about sports. How do you think I feel about actors? I feel good. Hey, about transsexual ladies. I feel good. Hey, about transsexual ladies. Come on now, y'all. What is wrong with us? We get one life journey that we remember. And it's only fair that we get to live it our way. Why are we still bullies? Okay, so Candy said, you crazy. You are certifiably cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs if you are transsexual. Yet, there have been transsexual people since biblical times. Jesus was cool with transsexual people. So let's just say 1 in 10 people are cuckoo because they're transsexual. Let's just say. Because, as far as I'm concerned, we all cuckoo. So, let's say then this another person may be cuckoo because they're gay. Okay. Then somebody else might be cuckoo because they eat too much. They fat as fuck. Okay, that's cuckoo. That is cuckoo, y'all. That's cuckoo. If you don't eat enough, that's cuckoo too. You are cuckoo if you too skinny. Let's see. There is cuckoo if you are poor and don't like being poor. So what that means? Niggas supposed to say poor. Supposed to say poor, y'all. There is also cuckoo if you want to make too much money. Avarice. But it's a condition. It genuinely is a condition. Let me see. How many is that? That's about 5. There is cuckoo if you've got what? Self-loathing is what they call it. Self-loathing. If you look in the mirror and you don't like what you see. I'm guilty of that, cuckoo, my damn self. There's ADHD. I got that. There's bipolar. Thank Jesus I don't have that. But there are people that God put on this earth that do have that. There is cuckoo. But let's go back to the self-loathing one. I looked in the mirror and I got tired of looking at a capital P. So I said, I want some ass. God said, why don't you want the ass I gave you? And I said, I think I look better and I'd be happier if my clothes fit me nicer. He said, okay, I'm going to find a way and give the knowledge to some of my children so that those of you who are not happy with your bodies, even though I think they look perfectly fine, can do what you do. In Hollywood, they've been augmenting bodies since the beginning of Hollywood, the 20s. So I knew where to go. Where did I go? To the girls, to the transsexual girls. That's where Hollywood sent me in the beginning, because I started in the 90s, remember y'all? So when I was getting my shots, it was the girls who took care of me because they understood what it meant to want more out of this life experience. And they perfected a means of getting that. And they nurtured that for me. They didn't just stick and go. They gave me strength. It was more than that. There are those who say that marrying out of your race is cuckoo. I mean, back in the day, y'all remember the Lovings? Y'all remember the Lovings. I know it sounds crazy, but back in the day, if you married outside of your race, they called it they gave it a damn name, misogynistic or some shit. If you marry out of your race, you're cuckoo. But guess what? There were people back then like the Lovings who fought so that people like, feel good, hey, about Candy could marry who she loved and have, I'm sure, the most beautiful baby in the world. When you want to be a conservative and you want to follow daddy, take a look at what daddy is saying, not just from your ears, but from your heart and from your soul. Does it sound fair to be a bully and say that transsexual people can't follow their dreams? I personally don't give a fuck about an award more than I give a fuck about somebody's soul. And somebody being able to follow their personal dream. Girl, you better recognize these bitches is the ones that's gonna move the fucking ladies movement forward. Don't you know? The light-skinned niggas is what's doing it for the black people. Thank you, Halle Berry. Thank you, Barack Obama. I don't give a flying fuck about most ladies, born ladies, don't give a flying fuck about no damn wrestling match. Anyway, I'm sorry. So thank you, transsexual lady, for now we can compete in the Oscars, not the Oscars. Oh, my bad. Now we can compete in the Olympics and win. Get on board. Civil rights isn't just about black people. It's about all people. It's about everyone being able to be and do their motherfucking thing. This life journey means you should be able to do you. What do you want for your brand new baby girl? This ain't about no damn cute Native American lady on a damn butter box. It's about human life. It's about everybody being allowed to live this life journey on their own terms. And motherfuckers, if you chop your motherfucking dick off, you have paid the motherfucking cost to be the boss. Now, I'm not talking about y'all bitches that's sitting on the fence, got titties, and still keeping your meat package. No, I ain't talking to y'all. And I ain't talking to the people who are born with both. Y'all gotta pick one. I am talking to, imagine taking your clit, ladies, and chopping that motherfucker off. And that's what these bitches are doing to join the movement. If you gonna chop your motherfucking dick off, I can't see nothing more feminist than that. You down. You down for the motherfucking cause. You are suffragette. You have paid the motherfucking cost to be the boss. And I welcome you, my sister. Now go out there and make them niggas pay a motherfucking attention to us. Because only you can do it. Now it's going to look real cute when it balances out. And I'm genuinely waiting for that thick-boned transsexual man to get on the Cleveland Browns and mow your motherfuckers down. Now, I'm gonna have a problem if he don't get his dick sucked right. And I'm gonna have a problem if he don't get his propers. That's when we fucking complain. When he don't get his motherfucking propers. I'm talking literally and figuratively, y'all. Y'all know what I mean. Baby girl, as the pretty little girl on TV says. Now, I got one more thing to show you. Because I think you had some questions. I meant to have this set up. It's on my live stream. But you had some questions also about Dr. Seuss. Dr. Seuss, really? Let me see where my baby did his little Dr. Seuss thing back in the damn 3rd grade. And I'm going to show you what you and even Dr. Seuss felt about Dr. Seuss. Okay. I'm just going to be patient and keep finding it until I find it. I meant to have it all pulled up for y'all mugs. Y'all say I said mugs. Oh, that looks like that was farther back than it should be. Okay. It is 8 o'clock on the dot. And I've got a great show. I'm going to keep looking for what my baby had to say about Dr. Seuss for y'all. It's in my feed. Maybe my honey will find it for me. In the meantime, we've got a phenomenal show. So let's just go live. If y'all are over here, y'all really need to go to Facebook Live because it's time to do the dang on thing. We got Al. Okay, let's bring my boy. Welcome. It's 8 o'clock. And the show begins. What up, Derek?
What's up? What's happening?
Where are you, baby?
I'm inside the studio in Atlanta.
In the ATL. What's in the ATL? What you doing in the ATL?
All-Star Weekend.
All-Star Weekend. You don't mind traveling, do you? Honey, can you see if you can find that wonderful Dr. Seuss project back in the 3rd grade? You don't mind getting yourself on a plane, do you?
Nah, not really.
Nah. So tell me what was the airport looking like?
That shit was packed.
It was packed. Is there not a quarantine still going on?
Shit, not like that no more.
No, not like that where it didn't even matter.
It don't even matter.
Packed.
Yeah.
Okay. Cookie Hole is here.
Huh?
Come on in, Cookie.
You said about 4? Yeah.
Hey, Cook. Welcome, my love. Our boy is in Atlanta. I'm like, hi. Why you not on the streets like, being a man about town, interviewing people? Go to a strip club or something.
I'm gonna do that tomorrow.
Okay, well, we're not gonna be on air tomorrow.
No.
So, since we're on air now, will you please introduce? Well, before I introduce our special guest.
What up, Cook?
What's going on?
Hey, Cook. Hey, baby, how do I do this thing? so I can like put us all on, cause it's just like got me.
Huh?
Gallery. Yeah, that's what I want. Gallery. Here we go. All right. Let's let Jay in. Cause our special guest, I want to give him like a real introduction, like straight up. Like, what up, Jason?
What up?
You disappeared on us. Somebody jamming.
Oh, that's me.
Yes. Okay. Could you please introduce our guest for the evening?
I got my boy, my big brother, Jibrizy, the hip-hop musician. You know what I mean? He does magic and music.
Uh-oh, what
Super
happened?
dope.
All right.
They get a lot of views
Oh,
on Instagram
I
and
got
everything.
What happened? What?
There we go. All right.
There we go. Ah, hi, cutie pie.
What's up? What's up? How you
Oh,
doing?
look at you. This
They on my
man.
brother.
Okay. This man, Jibrizy, you've got like 1 million followers, right?
I got millions. Yeah. I don't even know how many at this point. I gave
It's
up
like
counting.
not even worth counting. So
Nah.
he's so sweet. He gave mama, auntie, I'll say auntie. He gave us a whole like lesson on this platform and how to grow our followers because he's the man. He's so the man that he's turning down offers. Like every network has come to him and asked him. He's considered the hip hop illusionist. What is the difference between a magician and an illusionist?
An illusionist is usually like I would say a higher tier, like a step up from a magician. Magician is kind of what you think about, like a dude showing up to your party as a kid, showing tricks. An illusionist is something you would probably most likely see on stage.
So,
that's why I kind of see the
do
difference
you
between the two.
think if you were to say Jesus was one or the other, we know it was supernatural, it was probably more of an illusionist than a magician?
He was a miracleist. There was some miracles in that Bible.
Great answer. Great answer. So
Yeah.
you can't walk on water?
I didn't say I couldn't do that.
Oh, so you can walk on water?
I can do everything.
Ah, well, can you show us something?
I'll show you something. Yes, I can. I actually can show you something. So we'll do. You know what?
You are such a cutie pie.
Yeah.
What is your ethnicities? Because those cheekbones are like African. Like you are giving me beautiful structure.
I'm straight black. I'm just black. I ain't nothing special, you know.
Yes, you are. You're a child of the Most High.
I don't know where I come from.
Okay, so you didn't get your DNA. I got my DNA. I should probably do it right now. Honey, can you find that DNA thing? I got my DNA thing in the mail, y'all. And I'm supposed to like wipe my mouth out and then send it back. Oh, here it is.
Uh-oh.
You just made me remember it.
Uh-oh.
CRIG genetics.
Oh, snap. You about to find out what's really going on.
You got to find out what planet you from.
Oh my gosh, y'all. Okay, we're going to do it together. I forgot all about this thing. Honey, can you open it? In the meantime, while I try to get this open, can we see a magic trick?
Yes, you can. All right, so look, check it out. That's what we'll do. Check out the ring. Got a regular ring here.
I'm gonna show y'all.
Nothing funny with it, okay?
Okay.
And in fact, hey, do we have my keychain? No, I got it. I got my keychain on me.
Who are you talking to?
I got my little bros downstairs.
Little bros, where they at? They don't want no shine?
Oh no, they're just chilling. They're probably one's probably like
the
on
more
the
the
laptop working.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah. Okay. So look, that's what we'll do. Go ahead and place these in my pocket. All right. Cool. So check it out. Got a ring here, okay?
Okay.
Watch the ring. I'll place it onto my finger.
Okay.
All right. Nothing funny. 1, 2, 3. I can push it through, just like so. Now, if you don't believe it, right, watch the ring.
Okay.
I'm going to take it, place it onto my index, pull it through 1, pull it through 2, pull it through 3, just like so.
Okay.
And just for those who really don't believe I'm actually pulling this through my finger, I'm going to take the ring off. I'm going to toss it up, and it's going to go back onto my finger, just like so. Okay?
Okay.
All right, watch. Here we go. Here we go, here we go.
That was pretty damn good.
The hands are quicker than the eye.
Hey, can you take some diamond rings off some people's hand while we like talking to them so we could come up?
You need to meet,
I could, here.
meet Derek at the ATL.
You know how many wedding rings we can get off white women?
Probably get a couple. You could probably get a couple.
Straight to the pawn shop.
Exactly, right?
How did you
I
get
like her thinking.
into? No, you don't. Don't let her corrupt you. Corrupt's not here. No. How did you get into magic?
Oh, I got into magic by seeing David Blaine on TV when I was 8. And ever since then, I was just fascinated with it. Just blew my mind.
So you're originally from Chicago.
Yeah.
So what part of Chicago?
Predominantly North Chicago. So I'm north of the actual city of Chicago and predominantly raised in an area called Waukegan.
You got another trick? Or otherwise you can sit down because I'm about to get in your head. I want to know
Okay. All right.
how
I got
you
one more.
learned. Oh, yes.
One
How does
more.
a black boy from Chicago? Yes, go ahead.
All right, look. See the ring, right?
Yes.
That's what I'm gonna do.
Is that the
I'm
same
gonna take the
ring?
Yeah, same ring, same ring.
Okay.
Look, I'm gonna keep it right here on the screen. Nothing funny, okay? With
Okay.
these keys. All right, watch.
Mm-hmm.
Vanishes and appears right here on the key ring with the rest of the keys, as you can see.
Okay, we definitely gonna hit up Vegas and white wedding ring.
In Vegas.
For real, like for real.
So do you have like what is it called? Like a stay in Vegas or a stint in Vegas or residency in Vegas?
Yeah.
You do?
Well, I
You turned
did,
it down.
and then I turned it down. Yeah.
Why? Because you make so much money on YouTube and Facebook.
Yeah, I make too much money. Yeah.
Right. So it's not
I mean,
worth
that's
the drama.
Nope.
I hear you. I hear you. So can you please tell me how you started at 8 years old in Chicago and said, when I grow up, I'm going to do this. How old are you now? You're still a baby. Like, is that rude to ask?
No, it's not. No. I'm 25 years old,
Okay.
and I will be 26 in October.
Okay,
And,
so you're a Libra.
I got my peoples here.
Yeah, I'm a Libra.
Everybody say
I'm a
what's
Libra.
up.
Okay,
That's
so
right.
did you go to college?
Now I'm a dropout. I went
Good
to
for
college
you.
for like 1 month, and then I dropped out. I just couldn't do it. It was. I
What
was like,
college
look,
did you go to?
I went to a community college. It's called
Hold up.
TLC.
Derek, you are being very rude to your friend. He is talking right now. If you are going to talk, please, darling, I love you. And the red light is very sexy, but don't be rude, please. Can you mute? Oh, he's muted. Okay.
You got it.
Go ahead.
So I went to the College of Lake County over in Waukee. It's like Grays Lake, like about maybe 15 minutes from where I stayed and where I lived. And yeah, I dropped out of college because I was like, this wasn't the place for me. I feel like every day out in there, I was like, I'm not making money. I'm actually spending money each day, and my bank account's going negative. So I was like, no. I got to go positive. Because that just doesn't make any sense to stay in a place and to go negative and go broke.
How did you get into the magic though? Because I've seen, like, I'm into magic, and I've watched like these kid competitions where, you know, they go to this kid place and all the top kids in magic go to this kid magic place. I didn't see none of yous there. I didn't see nobody look like you at that kid magic place. They were
So it
all
was like,
nerdy looking, crazy looking. Wasn't nobody cutie like, yeah.
oh dang,
So
dang,
Well,
we
he
got
grew up. He was a nerd when he grew up, Paula.
but I'm curious, why don't our little black boys from Chicago, from all over the world, that are cutie like you, fly suave, and interested in magic, get those opportunities to go to those types of summer schools and have fun while they learn what they're passionate about? You didn't get that. So, what did you do to improve your magic skills?
So what I particularly did, I think that was different from the rest of the batch was I utilized things like the computers around me to be educational material. My father always like really like just kept prodding in my head that you're on this laptop and you need to go ahead and use it as a resource to gain knowledge from. So I always used to just be on the computer wanting to learn and wanting to learn something new every time I got on there instead of playing video games or doing things for leisure time. My time was spent learning how to actually improve myself. And I got into magic by like just literally going on Google and looking up how to do magic tricks. And I would just spend all the time I could to find as many tricks as I possibly could. The way I improved, when you asked that question, was simply going out and doing the tricks to people. And then also to answer the question is why is that you don't see many Black young men doing magic? I would believe it's due to a lack of exposure, number one, and lack of an example, because you see many Black men get into rap or into basketball because there's a plethora of examples that it's possible. So if a person like me doesn't like show them that it is possible,
Right.
their mind won't be as open-minded to the opportunity. Just like if I was a book author, I probably would have to have the nice whip. I probably would have to have a nice drip, just let them know like, hey, any lane you go in, you can make it. You don't have to be so one-dimensional.
Now, you yourself, due to the income, have become a little one-dimensional by your own admittance. I asked you about the offers, television offers that came your way. You know, even your hero, David Blaine, used television to promote himself and grow his brand. But you shied away from all of that. And I wonder if you have, is it just because you got the money now? Because I know personally, you know, one of the reasons why I was kind of tentative about marrying rich was because I knew I'd get lazy. And I knew I needed to marry someone who was evenly yoked with me. I couldn't be with someone who was too rich because I would be stagnant on my God path. So, do you believe that the money might have stunted your growth, getting money so early? Keeping you, because you also mentioned the Magic Castle. Can we first get that story? Can you tell us what happened with you? Now, the Magic Castle, for all of you who don't know, is like the premier castle in Hollywood, where you have to be invited. Like, you have to be the creme de la creme magician to be able to go into this beautiful castle in Hollywood that sits on a hill. And I've been once, but you have to have an invitation. So can you tell us what happened with you and that situation?
Oh yeah, so I'm banned from the Magic Castle. That's a fact. I can't walk back in there.
He's banned
from
the Magic Castle, y'all.
I'm done with that. now what's
it's the money.
And you asked the question, why don't you see no fly swab brothers like me? Because they don't want me around.
Okay, well, I want to know what happened. Let us know, and we'll let you know.
Okay.
We'll let you know what it is. What it is, what it is.
Yeah.
What happened,
So
baby?
so this is what happened, right? There was a particular individual whom was a friend of mine whom was talking very disrespectfully about me, very greasy behind my back. And man to man, I just approached him and said, "Hey, look, this is not how we conduct ourselves as men, and I don't think that's wise to do. You don't backfight anybody, essentially." I never once called him out of his name. I never once swear to him. I'm as articulate as I am now. I'm pretty consistent with my behavior. So I did all that, and then next thing when the big dog went ahead and pulled up on him, I guess he went to go and tell his owner, and his owner wanted me banned from his puppy house. So
Was
I
he
can't
Caucasian
really.
or black?
This particular individual was an Asian individual. So, but
Oh
the people who
no.
make the decisions are Caucasian.
Right.
Well, the moral of this story is you should have called him a motherfucker and you still be calm.
Right? I might as well discuss his ass out.
That's
might as
exactly.
well, huh?
They would have
Damn.
respected you more, but see, you scared them. You scared them because you were so articulate and because you wasn't the aggressive mad black man. You scared them. You know what I'm saying? Because if you go through history of crazy white people, it's always the calm ones that shoot up the theater. They always calm when they shoot stuff up.
Damn.
So
And the postal workers.
yeah, you was too calm. Yeah.
And the high school
Think
people.
about anybody that's ever shot up some
all
shit.
of them. They be calm first.
They be like, hey, check this out. I'll be right back. They be calm as can be. And then they come back and massacre the whole place. So
I am
Damn.
sorry that happened to you. That is a great opportunity, but
Mhm.
you're the man, and it's honestly their loss. So
and
yeah.
some places you don't have to do to become who you are.
Right. That's
what
what
I'm saying?
I
It
agree
don't
with
matter.
Cook. Cook is OG. She knows what time it is, and she's fully aware. I have a friend named Christopher Williams who's at the Magic Castle, and I'm gonna give you his number. We were on the show together, and I'm gonna make sure that you guys he takes you under his wing. He's Vanessa Williams' brother, and he's a phenomenal magician, and we've worked together on on a TV show called Family Time. So I'm gonna he's the one that introduced my family to the Magic Castle, and he's down. So
I got a good friend in Vegas named Wayne Newton.
yes, Wayne Newton. Do you know Wayne yet?
Yes, ma'am, I do.
Not you. I know you know. Jibrizy, do you know Wayne?
I don't know Wayne.
Okay, Cookie.
Maybe me and Wayne has bumped shoulders before.
That ain't enough. Cookie got it. Cookie, Cookie.
Just don't let him hug you. Just don't let him hug you, because you'll be smelling like his expensive cheap cologne for a week and a half.
That's okay. Ooh. As long as he gonna help you get on, that is okay.
If Wayne say you own, you own. You know that.
Own it.
It's Las Vegas.
Okay, so we're gonna hook you guys up. You're both in Vegas. We got you, Jibrizy, because you're showing us love. So
hey,
that's
I appreciate it.
love.
Derek, where you at? The strip club?
Now he won't go to strip club. We asked him to go.
I'm at the studio.
Yeah, sure you are. All studios have a red light.
Let's talk about what I was talking about right now, real quick. Does anyone other than myself have an opinion? Our president, I'm sorry, our ex-president, Donald Trump, had a meeting, a speech at the CPAC last Sunday, and he talked about transsexual women in sports and how a transsexual woman just shitted on all the competition for weightlifting.
Was it Caitlyn
Jenner? No, it wasn't Caitlyn Jenner. You know she's too filmed to pick up a dang on thingamajig. She was a runner. Now, if Caitlyn was cold, and Caitlyn that's a great example. Yes, Caitlyn was cold. She was cold when she was Bruce Jenner. And she won all those races.
Every last one of them.
She didn't do her.
She was a decathlete.
Right. She didn't do her transition so that she could beat all the ladies. She beat all the men first, and then she transitioned, which is, a different thing. Bringing up Caitlin.
Now, why when everybody win, they want to find something wrong with them? That's what I want to know.
Because the one who won is not the first transsexual woman to win or transition into the arena of professional wrestling after transitioning. They're just mad because she's transitioned and
because they won.
That's by pounds and pounds and pounds and pounds.
If it's a dude, the probability of him winning is super high.
But do we care?
Yes, we do.
Why?
No.
If you had a daughter competing or whatnot, you want your daughter wrestling or fighting some man?
Okay, let's start from the beginning.
Another thing,
my daughter, I done beat a lot of niggas' asses. I don't know what you're talking about. And they be bigger than me. So let's start with they're going to be, wait a minute, Jason. They're going to be in the same weight category, right?
That don't matter.
So
as an athlete, a guy that's training and a woman that's training, just by genetics alone, the guy's going to be stronger, faster, whatnot, or the probability of him being stronger, faster is much higher than him being with a lady. That's why they have separate athletic events for young ladies. And young
why are you saying that's true?
It is true.
A nigga the same size as you.
No, it's not the same.
You don't think you can whoop his ass? Whoop
I can whoop anybody because I don't shoot. I don't
Could you whoop Jibrizy ass?
Yes.
Thank you.
Jibrizy is not bigger than my son. He'd have to get a little bit weight on him. But Derek, I'd stick my pit bull on him and shoot him 4 times.
It's not about size.
What's it about?
Both of them are professionals.
Because I'm feeling very sexist over here.
If both of them are professionals,
sexist vibes coming from you, Jason.
If you are a professional athlete and both of you are training, the playing field is not equal. A WNBA team will lose to an elite high school team.
It's crazy. Here's a story. Serena Williams actually went on to say back in the past, she said she would never play tennis against men. She actually described men's tennis to be really different. Like it's a whole other sport. Out of her own mouth, she says a whole other sport. And she said they hit harder, they run faster.
But baby, we're not talking about men's tennis.
I'm just saying in terms of
it's the same thing.
The genetic part.
She's talking about the genetics of a man, just in terms when it comes to
athletics. I think she's also talking about the testosterone of a man. We're talking about that crazy McEnroe man who would beat the dang on thing upside the head. When a woman transitions, she chops off that stuff.
That doesn't mean that
she no longer has that cuckoo ball mentality.
That's not the same. It's still not.
Their genetics are still the same.
He don't chop off his arms and legs,
but he chop off his penis. That's an arm. That's an appendage. That's what carries all that cuckoo ball mad stuff.
It's still a man. It's still a man.
Your chromosomes never change.
Hey,
your chromosomes are exactly the same.
Because I want you to send me some of that shit you smoking. It's amazing.
I don't understand how you guys can be so much of a bully that you think it's okay to stop someone from having their life journey, no matter what that means.
Let me respond to that. First of all, while I do not agree with you with the term bully, it's not being bullied.
It is a bully.
It's just through observation and experience when dealing with athletes.
Well, how did you feel when they said that you weren't good enough to be able to run against Hitler's people? When they said that you couldn't do it?
I can answer that.
Okay, answer it.
If I'm running this event and in my practice, if I'm timed and my time does not equal up, what they're saying is true. it's evidence that I am not faster than these people because
That
I'm
is
being
not my
timed and faster.
question, love. My question is, there was a time in history.
Okay, but
Wait
it
a
was
minute,
men.
listen
It
to
was
me
still
first.
men.
Listen
It was
to me.
men.
No, there was a time in history where
German
the
black
color
guys.
of
But you're
your
talking about men.
I'm
That's men.
going to mute you. There was a time in history where the color of your skin, I don't give
Right.
a fuck if you were a dog, if you were
I
a
understand that.
lassie and you had black damn spots, your ass could not run. And
I
you
don't
were
think it's the
not
same.
thought of as equal to those who had white skin.
I don't think
There
it's the
were
same.
those that fought so that you could live your life journey because
I
you
believe,
thought you
I
wanted
think
to run.
I
I
believe
want
that's
to
a total.
run.
if
I
I
believe
if I
want to
that's
can
totally
run.
the same.
if I
I
can
want to be
interject,
like the white folks. You
It's not
weren't
the
happy
same
running
thing.
in Africa. You was
It's not
running
the
all
same
you
thing.
wanted to in Africa.
if I can interject, I would like to say this. One argument you're talking about, what a person is born naturally. Black people usually don't come out the womb saying we want to be white people. And on the other end, someone's coming out of the womb saying, hey, I feel like as if God made an error. Let me go ahead and correct this and change my entire gender. So in that case, both of these cases are not off the bat the same way. And in
I
terms of that,
disagree, Jibrizy. I think
I
life
usually
makes a lot of people come out and say, Black people come out and say, this shit is unbalanced. I want to be a white person. And I've seen many people, Michael Jackson, go around and bleach their skin in an effort to integrate into a society that they perceive is where it's at.
when you
Well,
use Michael
you the
Jackson,
lightest, you
the
the
issue
lightest
with
person
Michael,
out here.
well, the issue with Michael,
That's
when you use Michael as a case,
Once
an
again,
example, Michael had a
opened it up.
disease for his skin in which he had pigmentation issues. So really, he was just trying to even out the pigmentation. Yeah. So therefore, Michael's not really trying to achieve anything. Michael has an issue he's trying to resolve.
At the end of the day, she started this whole thing by saying, "Who gives a damn?"
I do.
Yes,
and obviously Jason does. And
I think
she does too, because you guys had a nice conversation about
I think y'all give a damn because you're men. I
just always wonder. I wonder,
we women don't give a damn about sports enough to give a damn whether
I disagree.
y'all let a transsexual lady or man play.
I coach young ladies softball.
Right.
I do not want my team competing for a championship against a team full of dudes. It's not fair.
But they won't be. They'll be competing. Okay. Do y'all remember the 1 in 10
ladies
thing?
And one transsexual dude.
Yeah, we remember the 1 in 10 thing. First of all, only 1 in 10 people. Let me ask you: would you chop off your dick, Jason?
It depends on if my family life was at stake.
Not mine.
You ain't got no dick, Cookie.
I know, but I'm answering for him. Your family, only if your life was at stake.
Jibrizy, would you cut off your dick?
By no circumstances at all. Everyone's gonna die.
Derek.
Everyone's gonna die. Y'all gonna die. Yep.
Derek. Hey, Derek. How you doing, baby? Oh, yes, he's
Hello.
at a club. You at a club. Hey.
Turn the light on.
Oh, no. What's that, a parking lot?
Yeah.
Would you chop off your dick?
Huh?
Would you chop off your dick?
No.
So y'all ain't real feminists. So y'all can't even have this conversation. Can you imagine chopping off your dick?
But wait. What is the definition of being a feminist? I thought the definition of feminism, in fact, I don't even know
chopping
why.
off your dick, you can't get no more feminist than that.
I'm always very confused when I see Black women talking about like feminist stuff, because the feminists from back in the day when it originally started did not have Black women in the conversation of feminism.
We had our own conversations about feminism, and trust, our Black men had our back. Unlike their white men, obviously, because they gave the vote to the Black men first. and had no intentions of giving the vote to the white woman until our black men stood up and said, hey, come on now. And our black women, like our girl, what's her name? Everybody, Harriet Tubman was one of the first suffragists to come on board and help the white women, you know, Ida B. Wells and all the others, you know, create a balance so that all women, because you're right, they didn't have us in the conversation. We had our own conversations and we put ourselves in the conversation. Has a black woman ever needed anybody to invite us into the conversation? Cookie?
I'm sorry, what did you say? Did you
Okay.
invite me just now?
Never mind.
I heard you. You invited me to the conversation.
Yes. So Jibrizy, my point is you have to have a lot of passion as a man to chop off your dick. You're not just
I ain't got no passion, I guess.
Passion for something to cut off anything on your body. You got a lot of passion.
Look, I'm gonna be. Let me say this.
If you cut off
God
your
gave me
fingers,
all
you
my
got
limbs, and
Right.
God gave me all my limbs,
Right.
and God probably intended me to have all these limbs. And at the end of
Right.
the day, if I want to chop off a limb,
Right.
guess what? That's not what God had in the plan.
Right.
So we're gonna be fighting over this.
So that means that someone who did chop off a limb was God inspired.
Possibly.
Okay.
I don't know what they're. I don't know
that
what they're going through on their
means
spiritual journey, but
that
I guess.
if someone, let's say we all got issues, cuckoo ball and all, and if that person who chopped off that appendage felt so compelled to chop off their appendage because they wanted to be a woman, who are we to stop that life expression?
We are nobody.
So don't
now,
you think it's a bit of a bully? Now, I do understand what you're saying, Jason. I understand that there are going to be 1 in 10 men who are going to chop off their penises, become women, and want to be a professional athlete.
You know, I'm not gonna lie. I kind of like, you know, when I look at where life's going, where everything's getting more feminine, I kind of like it because, like, if you want to be a dictator, it actually makes it a lot easier to take over.
Huh?
I know, right? It's a deep thought. You gotta think
people
about
to be a dictator?
Jason, did you peep game what I just said?
I got the dictator.
I kind of like where it's going because if you want to conquer the world, it's a lot easier when it's a lot of feminine energy. It's gonna be a lot harder when it's masculine energy because masculine energy fights back.
Masculine energy fights everything. They start wars.
And
They do
Exactly.
feminine
they
energy.
do a lot of shit.
Wait a minute, hold up. What you trying to say about feminine energy? We don't fight back?
Yeah, we fight back.
Okay, then just give me some
women that start wars.
Give me some women that conquered some land from back in the day.
It's plenty of them.
Cleopatra.
Yes.
Every nigga who conquered some land had a bitch in his ear. Trust and believe it.
And then Alexander the Great came through and conquered Egypt.
You ain't seen Angelina Jolie?
You should do a quick little Google search. Cleopatra and Alexander the Great actually both dated around the time. And then if you really study it, you can see then the downfall of Egypt.
That's cute. I thought
Marilyn Monroe conquered the White House
of Egypt. What'd you say, Cook?
Marilyn Monroe conquered the White House.
She sure did. And I thought Rome conquered that Egyptian coach because it was Mark Antony who brought the asp that killed the queen. So
you want to talk about a real conqueror?
If she got it in, go B.I. Go B.I.
Genghis Khan.
Get your King B. Get your King B.
I don't think any of us could ever do what Genghis Khan did. I think Genghis Khan got everybody beat. He got everybody beat.
The barbarian.
It's a lot of Asian
You're
women
right, he does.
that conquered countries back in the day. A lot of Asian women, and they would take over a country and then kill their husbands so that they can reign by themselves.
Well, Genghis Khan is the reason for that whole Uyghurs versus Han drama that they have today, because it began with the Khans versus the Hans. The Hans beat the Khans. They were barbarians. So since they couldn't beat the Hans, who were the Chinese, they went and conquered all of Europe. So like all of Europe was conquered by the barbarians, who were Genghis Khan. So they're all Asiatic Black people.
Jason.
So then they came back and became the Han versus the Uyghurs. So they're all one people. They all began as one. They still are one. But you're right. Genghis Khan was the man, but he couldn't conquer his own people.
Yeah, he did.
He didn't conquer the Han.
Most of them got his DNA. Yeah,
he came back. You're right. He came back.
Here's the great thing that
initially.
Here's why I think it's a little more, for me, I think this is my head, it's a little more scarier for Men Conquer. Because in Men Conquer, like they can wipe out every man in your whole town, in your whole village, and then have sex with all the women. And they'll then have their seed. Men plant the seed and then it grows.
Right.
Where women give birth to the seed. A man's more scarier because he can duplicate himself.
But when you say women conquer, you're talking about like a whole Amazon tribe? No, we're just talking about one woman conquering.
And that's Amazon Prime.
She said Amazon Prime.
I'm talking about Cleopatra we're talking about
Jason, you better say something. You just got your finger in the air.
Yes, Jason, what do you have to say, Jason?
I would like to backtrack if I may.
Okay.
We smoking weed and shit.
You think we gonna remember? Women who commanded armies. No, we're not talking about Amazon. We ain't talking about Wonder Woman. We ain't talking about a whole bunch of Amazons conquering some tribe out there and waiting on each one to have a damn baby. We're talking about mastermind women who conquer standing next to the man, that never get the full. You got a woman? You got a partner?
Jason?
No, you, Jibrizy.
Oh, I don't do partner. I would have a woman, but I don't. In fact, I actually want multiple of them because
you can't trick a bitch.
He can have what he want to have.
I'm authentic. I don't have to trick.
Okay.
Now you see the ring, bitch. Now you don't.
I just have a little suggestion.
Oh man!
Now you see it. Now you don't. Okay. I'm sorry. Let me let everybody get the jokes. You gotta wait for the jokes.
You said, now you see the ring. I might do that, Cookie.
You silly cook. Okay, so I've if you want multiple women, I don't suggest that you bring them all together, because I mean, just biblically, it wasn't like Sarah and Hagar and Abraham was having a threesome. It ain't say that in the Bible.
I disagree. I think if you got a lot of women, you should let them all know.
Let them know, but don't let it flow.
Because that way you can control it. That way you can control it. You could, if she come over, you could say, "Look, I already told you I was messing around with Keisha."
No, I'm not talking about that, Cookie. I'm talking about combining sexual stuff with them all.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm saying keep it all separate, like the Mormons. You know, they all the sister wives have different. You know,
they all stink though.
How do you know, Cookie? Have you
ever been on the train with a Mormon?
No, I haven't, Cookie.
The whole family.
Tell us how they smell like, Cook. Like
they smell like 2-day-old broccoli in a garbage can.
Classic.
Right. You know I'm telling the truth. I was on a train one time and look, this old black lady, every time they walk past, she had one of them mini Febrezes and she would do like this when they walk
So
past.
they're allowed to get on the train now?
Well, the train is not technology for them.
Okay.
That's not
Talking about Amish.
that's not
Yeah, you guys talking about
You
that
talking
sounds
about
like Amish people.
Amish.
Mormons live in society.
Right.
Right.
Two different
Oh,
things.
same
okay.
thing.
They
They
do
all
now?
same.
The Mormons live in society, right? Those are the ones from Big Love.
That's like Utah. People from Utah.
Those are my people.
Yeah,
I'm
they all
descended
stink together.
from Mormons.
Which is my point.
Who's laughing?
Jason.
At
Hey,
what?
what they smell like? What they smell like again?
They
2
smell
day
like
old
broccoli.
broccoli in a garbage can.
Asbella smell like chitlins.
Hey,
What do you have to
I'm-
say, Jason? You've been trying to say something. What do you have to say,
I'm
love?
gonna backtrack, right? I'm gonna backtrack, right?
Okay.
So when you said who are we to say if people want to be something and they change?
Mhm.
Right. We are nobody. However,
Uh-oh.
in theory, we all can do whatever we want to do. But in reality, it's a consequence for everything you do. If you are an athlete and you want to change your agendas, the consequence is you're gonna have backlash of participating in events with ladies. If you are transgender who turn to a lady, you're gonna get backlash or whatnot. It's just part of it. Anything you do gonna have a
backlash. My issue isn't the backlash. My issue is the bullying.
I disagree with the term bullying.
Well, what is it when you tell somebody they can't do what they want to do?
Well, that's you're not bullying children. You tell the children that they can't do what they're supposed to do.
But they're not children. These grown ass women. These grown ass motherfuckers that done chopped off their penises. If they had the damn tenacity to chop off their penis.
May I please say this? I'm a grown person, but if my boss at my job instructs me to do something, that's what I got to do. You know what I'm saying? I mean,
but the first didn't instruct them. Jesus did. Their holy boss. It's not like their boss said, if this is what's going on, I'll still give it to you. Because it's not like they're giving awards to the transsexual women who haven't chopped their penises off. You got to chop that motherfucker off. Quit playing. Quit riding the motherfucking fence, bitch. Chop that bitch off. Chip, chip. So, you chop that bitch off, you deserve all the rewards. Period. Why? Right?
Why do you
if your lifelong dream is to be a woman, now if they're only chopping their penises off because they can't win in the man range, like say,
if I could interject, I think that's very dangerous thinking to say that if you do something, you deserve something. Really, in reality, you don't deserve anything in life, all because you like. Look, here's the thing. Like, I'm a person. I could say I donate X, Y, and Z to this and that, and I deserve this. In reality, people don't have to give that to me. No one has to, and that's the reality. Let me say this: the outcome. All I'm saying is this: I'm saying the outcome of life is not going to be.
Let me explain the difference.
Always what I want it to be. That's just the reality.
The difference is your life journey. Each one of us gets one chance at this that we remember.
But people
don't.
It's
not about what. Wait a minute. It's not about what someone lets you do. It's not about how much money you give somebody. It's about, Candace. I feel good. Hey, about Candy. She talked about how she didn't think it was fair that transsexual women get to just bypass being a young girl with all the hang-ups and chromosomes going on. You don't think that these niggas was going through the same shit, yearning to be bitches? We do not have a fucking damn monopoly on pain. We do not have a monopoly on being able to tell somebody else how to live their journey. It's not fair.
Okay, let me point
So
something out to you.
if she
You're
want to be a
breathing.
woman and her dream is to lift some damn weights or to play a damn basketball.
Jibrizy, let me point something out to you. When you do something good, that's from your heart. No, you shouldn't deserve nothing back and you shouldn't expect them. But if you kill somebody, you deserve what the fuck you got coming to you. So yes, sometimes you do deserve shit after you do some shit. Okay.
Well, you know, that sounds like business though. That
What
sounds
is
like
the
business.
pills paid, boy, finger, cookie?
Whatever
No,
the rules stipulated.
This is my third hand. My other hand's busy. If you like it, like we're really judgmental as people. Like you pull up off the freeway, you will look at somebody with their hand out, and immediately you're gonna look at them and say, should I give him a couple dollars or should I not? You see what I'm saying? So, but if you a person that's just doing it from the heart, you gonna give everybody that.
Thank you.
Without reservation.
And that's how you're supposed to lend money.
But yeah,
you're supposed to lend without expecting
I don't believe in that. I don't believe in that. I'm gonna say this. Like, look, I have rules on who I give money because I just can't be sharing my money with broke.
That's not rules. That's judgmental. Because you give your money to Starbucks and them, you don't know them motherfuckers. You give your money to the gas station.
There's a business exchange there. You see, when I'm hungry and need nourishment, I may give someone my money to go ahead and get the nourishment. That's a business exchange. Giving my money to a homeless person, that I'm just saying, like, if they're homeless, well, what is the service they're gonna give me? Because you want this money, look, I'm gonna teach you nothing. But
what about tithing? It's not always about giving to get something in return. You can tithe your talent like you're doing right now. Wait a minute, Cookie. 5 seconds, just 5 seconds. I'm thanking you for tithing your talent right now because I know you get paid to make appearances. What you're doing right now is a gift. Go ahead, Cookie. True. That was the end of the sentence.
I don't remember what I said 2 seconds.
You're right. This is a gift. And I say I genuinely do business with people whom I like, and I can see that there's going to be some admiration here and they're going to keep it going. When I give my money to a homeless person, what they're going to do with it is, you ever seen people take homeless people and actually try to give them a life, give them a home, and hear the stories that happen?
Why would you do that?
But they don't want that. They just want a job.
Why would you do that?
We just talking about giving them some money. Now I'm giving them a house,
giving them a job. If they wanted that, they'd have
beggars can't be choosing.
But that's part of what we're talking about. That's you putting what you think they should want or have onto them.
Now look, this is what I'm gonna do, sweetheart. Need money. Okay, now what get me money? A job, stability, and having a roof over my head and being able to eat so I can make it to the next stage.
Now I'm gonna tell you something that's real deep. It's a blessing to be able to think. To go to school, that's a blessing. To be able to remember is a blessing. Okay, so some of these people out here, they don't have the ability to think on a level that you're thinking on. I can't do a fucking magic trick with no fucking ring because I don't have that ability to think like that. But I can punch you in your face and take the ring and it'll look like a magic trick. That's the way I think. You see what I'm saying? So you can't walk up on an individual. Yeah. Understand, you can't walk up on an individual and not understanding what they're thinking because I tell my son that every day. My son has a master's degree. I can't get a master's degree because I can't think like him.
Let me say this. Let me give you guys a story. Yes. Let me give you a story. I think this is a good story. This is what made me not give my money to homeless people.
Okay. Right? We didn't see them all get in a car and leave. We didn't see them all the stories on TV.
Hear my story. One day I seen a dude outside Whole Foods. He said, "Need food." Had a sign, "Need food." I said, "You know what? I'm about to go in there and get him some food." So I got him some chicken. Got him like a thing of chicken. I said, you know what? This is enough. This should be good. I bought it, paid for it, brought it out to the man. When I brought it out to him, you're telling me beggars can't be choosers. Watch this. I gave it to the man. Said, here you go, bro. This is for you. So sincerely out of my heart. He said, I'm a vegetarian. I sat back and said, you a crackhead, homeless vegetarian.
You know why? Because he can't afford chicken, nigga. That's why he a vegetarian.
You know what?
And I don't eat chicken, so I would have turned it down too.
You can't judge one crackhead by its cover.
I got one more.
You can't judge one crackhead by its cover. One crackhead does not stand for all crackheads.
One time I took a crackhead in the store. Hold on, Paula. Let me tell you this. One time I had $20. Listen, honest to God, true. Okay. I'm going to pick my son up from middle school. Okay. I got $20. And the dude said, "Can you buy me something to eat?" Okay. And I said, "Fine." And I took my ass in there with that $20, and that motherfucker ordered 2 tacos, a hamburger, some French fries, a soda. He ordered $13 out my damn $20.
And how much did you owe in tithes? How much did you owe in tithes?
In tithes.
Tithes. Exactly. You compensated
I don't now see, I'd rather give a homeless person my money than the church.
And there we go. That's my point. You don't have to tithe your money to a church if you don't want to. You can tithe your money to a homeless person, your favorite charity. You can tithe your time. You can tithe your talent. You can tithe of your treasure as well, yes. But God doesn't care about where, as long as you give with an open heart.
Exactly.
And don't let one crackhead spoil it for all the nice ones out there.
I'll give you one more story about how the crackheads. Like, I don't even.
You just attract crackheads with that magic. That's what it is.
I don't know.
You are right. It's just like a girl.
I don't know.
Don't let one girl spoil it for the rest. Go ahead, baby. I'm listening, Breezy.
Here's the thing, right? I'm a very mathematical person in my head. Right, so when I see patterns, I have to be like, wait, I'll be a fool if I'm not picking up on the pattern.
Right. So
it was a day. I was with this girl. It was her birthday. I bought some pizza. We had like a lot of it. And I said, oh man, you know what? This is a lot of pizza. We can give a couple of these boxes away. And the women with me were feeling the same way out of their heart. Women are so loving and so caring. So it was like, hey, we should give this to a homeless person when we walk past them. We seen a homeless dude. I had a pizza.
So were you doing it just to show off for the chick?
No, I was genuine.
I mean, y'all was having this. Why don't we give the food to the homeless?
Number one, no.
Yes, baby. Let's get. You just said you don't like homeless people. All of a sudden, you with cutie pie, and it's a good idea. Okay, I'm just opening up your mind. Continue your story.
No, these are the patterns, because I'm never gonna give you just one story. It's gonna be like a couple stories. I can give you a couple.
But it's a really ugly pattern behind you. Have you seen it?
Okay, let me continue. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna finish the story. So we had too much pizza. We seen somebody. We said we're gonna give them the pizza. Okay. So then what we did was we pulled up on homie and we said, hey man, you guys can have a pizza. So one homeless dude was very grateful. And the other homeless dude, I literally watched my eyes. He opened the pizza and said, oh, it's pepperoni. I said, oh, it's pepperoni? What the fuck is happening?
Okay. See, you don't understand. Homeless people got to be careful what they eat. Because some stuff they eat, they got to doo-doo real fast. So they can't be eating like that.
You know what? Jibrizy, quit giving out free pizza in the Hamptons. Go down to the hood. But a nigga like
eat your pizza.
I feel more convinced that I've done more for homeless
who
people
don't eat
because
all
I got
their
some.
pizza.
I got more stories
My
where they
bad.
came from. Like,
It wouldn't have been no pizza
I'm more
left.
convinced I did more for homeless people in this whole chat. But everybody added up probably didn't do as much for homeless people. I didn't really.
Oh,
went,
no,
We
no,
know,
you're
honey. I
Oh,
feed
no,
the
I'm not.
homeless. I
Miss
love my
Not.
people. They be
Listen.
talking
as
to
a
me.
comedian coming up in the comedy game in Los Angeles, you are required with the Laugh Factory to go out and feed the homeless every
Yes.
Christmas, every
Well, I'm not saying with an
Us too.
organization. I'm saying I've approached homeless people. Just I'm on my way.
We have
Hey, you
two
know what?
Bad experience, man. Listen,
Hey,
I feel your
hey.
pain, man. You just got bad experiences. It's not for you.
Exactly.
So
Hey, you ever
find
give a homeless
other
person some
people
money and
to
they be like,
donate
"That's
and
it"?
help out.
Hey, so
Yeah.
it doesn't have to be
I
a
done gave
homeless
some money,
person,
and they look at me like,
Jibrizy.
"That's it."
What about children? What about going in? You know what? What is so funny? I don't understand why I said children and that just cracks you up. When
I'm not
you
laughing
do
at you.
stuff for children,
No, I'm just laughing at the homeless stories my man got. It cold, the ice cold.
okay,
Ain't nobody doing nothing for them damn kids.
do something for kids. Go
No.
volunteer your time. They would love to see you do some magic tricks.
One thing I will agree with you on is donating time to children. I actually have done that a lot, and it's probably the most enjoyable experience. I have no negative stories because kids still are very open-minded, and they have an excuse because they're naive.
Right.
But look, I got one for you. I got a magic trick.
Pepperoni on a pizza.
And I have a question. I have one more thing to say to you, real quick.
Take a homeless guy and you take a regular guy and you say, this is regular guy is what you get when you have an education, and then you make him disappear and the homeless guy appear and say, this is what you get when you don't get no education.
Okay.
They be educated too, though.
Jibrizy, when you are giving someone a gift, you have to allow them the opportunity to tell you what it is they want. It's not fair for you to give someone something and assume that they are going to want it just because you gave it. It's like if I gave you a gift and I didn't ask you, like it's why people have registries. You know
what? Let me say this. I don't think you even believe this, Ms. Parker. I don't think you believe it at all.
I do,
because I'm pretty sure your man could probably.
And I don't like the gifts he gives me. He gives me terrible gifts.
Oh Lord,
terrible gifts.
Oh man.
Because he never asks me what I want. He gives me what he thinks he wants me to have.
Well, how long y'all?
I'm pretty sure.
Fair. When you
I know how the story goes.
No, listen to me, guys. When you are giving someone a gift, ask them what they want. It's the same as I would do for you. If I'm going to give you something, I'm going to say, Jibrizy, what do you want? If you say, just give me the money, I'm going to give you the money. I'm not going to go buy you what I think you need. I'm going to go buy you a whole nother backdrop and get rid of that yellow and green checkerboard. No.
Y'all gotta stop hating, okay? First of all, y'all gotta stop hating. You're my favorite colors right there. Y'all gonna get off
like
right
it.
now, okay?
That's Cookie, but I'm giving you an example.
You know what? I'll even throw them up there. I thought, man, y'all don't want.
Hey, guys, show up.
I will turn them into these same colors.
Shut up, baby.
That's the vibe in here.
So my point to you is, I would only give you. I like them.
Wait a minute. What happened?
What
I missed something, Jabari. You trying to justify the checkerboard back there?
The honeys like it.
Listen, Cookie. Look, it's green for the money, gold for the honeys. You know what it is.
Okay, well, look, check this out. If you get black and white checkers, we can have a game on the beach.
We can have a game right now. All you need is some pieces. We can play checkers. We can play chess. Backgammon.
Magic man, but I am definitely the jokester. Okay.
But I'm just telling us all as gift givers, it's very unfair for us to give people gifts that they
then what you want?
For.
What you want?
Hey,
we
look,
all
check this out.
That's what you say. What do you
Jason.
want? And
what do you want?
Let somebody say, you say, homeless person, what do you want?
No.
They might say, I want a hamburger. So you go in and get them a hamburger. Don't assume because they homeless, they don't have, standards.
Most times they're very specific about what they want. Can I get 50 cents?
Thank you, Jason.
This one dude said, I get some money, I'm trying to get something to eat. I went and bought him a loaf of bread.
He didn't ask for no damn loaf of bread.
He wants something to eat.
That ain't what he wanted. What the hell he gonna do with a damn loaf of bread and no meat?
Toast.
He don't have a toast to cook. He's homeless.
Hold on. When my mama ain't had no money and we was growing up, we was balling up balls of bread and eating it.
Were you homeless?
Niggas don't know the game.
Was it Wonder Bread?
Ain't working.
If it wasn't Wonder Bread,
it's a don't matter bread. That's what it is. Right. It's a don't matter bread.
No, y'all thinking like y'all want to think. That's not fair.
Why do I understand the struggle more than a homeless person?
I can do that.
That's not how you think for people. When you think to give, you think selflessly. Okay.
I said, I need some money to get something to eat. I bought him some bread that's gonna last him 3-4 days.
You never found it, I guess. So
why do I know the struggle?
Did you buy yourself a loaf?
Real quick. I gotta ask this question. Why do I know the struggle more than a homeless person? Like, why do I know about him giving me a loaf of bread and why that's valuable? Because I'm a person who's grateful.
Thank you.
I agree. Grateful is nice.
Nobody is not saying that you're not grateful. Right. You're not saying that. We know that. Let me
stop y'all real quick. Y'all are giving
down, millennial man.
Y'all, hold on, wait. Y'all have some very loving, beautiful attitudes, and I think it's actually great because y'all approaching this with a lot of love on y'all side and point of view. But what I'm saying is this: there's also some things you would not let if you had children that slide in terms of the behavior that you're observing from some of these people. That you're like, hold up, you know what? If my kid did this, like, we hungry, a man gives us bread, we should be grateful. But instead, this man is not doing the grateful thing. That is not godly. That is nothing that is written in the scriptures. That is, he's where he needs to be.
First of all, if I'm hungry and I got a kid, I mess around and eat his ass. I ain't playing. Okay.
Oh no.
That nigga be baby bird. He be baby food around here.
Okay, hold on. I understand your point. If I'm hungry, your point is I should accept whatever you put in my face.
Right. My dad told me. I
understand that. But when you are giving someone a gift and you are doing it for the right reasons, you don't give what you want to give. You give what the person wants and needs.
It kind of depends on the situation.
Yes, I do.
Paula, it kind of
every Christmas, I say bring a list to Santa.
And we know what
you want.
They get you a couple things on the, you know what moms do. They get you a couple things on the list and they be like, okay, I'm gonna get you these things now too.
No.
So let me say this.
That's only if you can't afford all the shit on the list. If you can't afford all the shit on the list, you get what you can. But if you can't afford it, you will basically try to accommodate that list.
Well,
let me let you know.
You pulling up on the freeway, you see a homeless person. You pull up on the freeway and you see a homeless person. You not finna stop and take this nigga order. You saying give them what they want, nigga. Take this dollar for the light change.
It's the same concept. If you're loaning someone money, you have no right to ask them what it's for.
Who gives a damn what it's for?
If you are going to loan someone money, it's none of your business what it's for, number one, nor are you expected to expect it back.
Okay, sweetheart.
That is the godly way of giving.
No, sweetheart, look, I'm a businessman, okay?
Let me put my cash out up here, Paula. I need my $34.
Pull this wallet out, right?
Go ahead, Taylor.
You want to convince me to pull this wallet out? Guess what you're going to have to do? You're going to have to explain yourself. Because that's what's not going to happen.
Jibrizy.
I'm not about to pull this wallet out
and
waste the energy of reaching
my pocket. Can I ask you what
really, realistically, that's the pimping right there. You know what? That's Chicago right there. That's the pimping right there. We don't be playing that, man.
They got to persuade you to pull that wallet out.
It's a persuasion.
You a Leo?
Use your mouthpiece.
Are you a Leo?
Libra.
Libra.
You a Libra?
Yeah.
A Libra
Oh,
man.
okay.
He's got
Look,
strong
look.
opinions.
You
I'll be like
he
this. I
he
keep
a
it a
Libra.
buck.
Libras know everything.
They
And
do.
They know everything. They know everything. They
Hey,
don't know
listen,
nothing but everything,
as long as you can back up what you're saying with valid points.
which is fine.
Cookie, not really. I'm a Libra. And I
Right.
don't know
And
everything.
you're right, because you ain't said shit a whole hour. Go back and mute yourself. You're right. Go back and mute yourself. You're
So
right.
can we please get back on topic? The topic is transsexual men and women.
We thought we was done with that.
But that was the topic. And somehow we got onto homeless people. The topic is being allowed to live.
But we got to the
your
point where
life.
didn't nobody give a damn. I thought we agreed on
So
that.
it's no, because we still got Jason over there who
Hey,
gives
look,
a damn. Because he's
Hey,
got
no one-
daughters or
let me say this.
students.
Hey, no one can live their life without consequence.
Hey, look, let me say this. Hey, Jason and Derek probably can agree with me. Hey, it's okay if women want transsexuals to come into their categories and spaces and dominate them. That's okay with me. It's not my space.
But what do you mean by that? Dominate them. What does that mean?
Have you
He
seen the
said
records
that
they've been
they
breaking?
say as if a woman can't come into a man's sport and dominate. That's what he's talking
So
about.
when you say dominate, I'm confused because first of all, these bitches want a period. They want it all. Like that's the shit we don't even want. Like
Right.
I'm so thankful that shit's
Not
behind
even.
me.
Wow.
I'm
You ain't
like,
being
bitch,
grateful. You
wow.
should be grateful. It's people out there that want that. You should be
Wow.
grateful. Hey, you know how my mom used to tell me? My mom used to tell me it's kids in Africa starving right now. You need to be grateful for the food you got on your plate. Look, it's men out there that want periods like you right now. You should be grateful.
Not only do they want periods, they want to find
There's
a
a
way.
whole lot of them out there with periods that don't want them too. So we should be grateful about that.
Say
Yeah.
that again.
And go to Africa and feed some of them kids and do some magic tricks then.
I'm already ahead of you.
Take me with you.
It's
No,
homeless
that's
dogs
easy.
out there. What's your point?
So, I found my Dr. Seuss. I'm gonna bring that up quickly. Not now, but I found it, so I'll bring that up next.
Jason, I'm glad you got your microphone. That helped you get your point across.
No, but
Thank you. No
well,
doubt.
wait a minute. So what we just said, we were talking about. Wait a minute. The what were we?
We
I
was
had
talking
a
about the
good point.
homeless dog that they found.
You know
and
what?
he
That
had
was
been
not my
arrested.
good point.
It was the dog. There was a
No,
homeless
I had a
dog.
really good point I just made,
He got arrested.
and y'all trying to
Really
act
no
like y'all
bone,
don't
'cause he didn't
remember
really
it.
want regular dog food.
He want a gravy train.
Okay. You know what? Dr. Seuss. Let's move on to Dr. Seuss. Since y'all won't remind me of the good point I had just made regarding Jibrizy and the transsexual men and women. Nobody
I'm
remember.
okay with it. I'm okay with it.
I don't remember.
You don't remember. How you want us to remember some shit you don't remember? How that work?
Hey,
Y'all
but
remember. Anybody out there?
I do have to say.
Thank you. I love you.
Hey, Miss Parker, I do have to say, I enjoy my time here, but I
was
have
not
to
gonna
leave.
tell you. I was gonna tell you, but then I decided not to tell you because we were having so much fun with you.
I
But
really am having
Jibrizy
fun.
already told me he had a heart out at 9, guys.
Well,
And
make
I
your
just
ass
like to hold
disappear
on to
then.
him as long as I
Damn.
could. I'm a girl. I can't help it.
Nice meeting you, Jibrizy. You're
Nice
amazing.
meeting you too.
You're amazing.
Anytime
person.
you want to come back, you are more than welcome. And we're both gonna hook you up with some older magicians that you'll probably listen to them because they're men. Libra men tend to be a little chauvinistic.
Wow. Whoa.
I understand.
Okay,
Not
Nice
in a
meeting you,
bad
bro.
hold
way.
up.
Nice
Not in
meeting
a
you, bro.
bad
Wait, we
way.
thought you had to go. You got another
This is
Don't
what it is.
What?
Jibrizy,
I
don't
work-
fall for the trap. Don't fall for the trap.
What?
She going for it too.
Oh,
She
oh,
like
what
she-
you tell
Give
my brother.
everyone your social media where they can
Everywhere people
find
like.
you.
It's Jibrizy, Jibrizy. Thanks, Jason.
You know what?
Jason, you hater.
No
Yeah,
doubt.
Jason the hater.
she's trying to be the provocateur. All right. So
You trying to keep you another hour, man. Get him out of here.
I will keep you. I will keep you all night. But thank you. I'm not gonna wear out my welcome so that you'll come back again and kick it with us.
yes.
Thank you,
Yes.
my love. We had
All right.
fun.
Thank you.
So can you click yourself off
Thank
or do
you.
I have to do something?
I believe I can do it. All right.
Abracadabra.
Adios.
Bye,
I really
baby.
appreciated my time here, and thank you for having me. Bye-bye.
Next time.
Next time.
Okay, guys.
You know why Jason
That
wanted him to
was
go.
super
He ain't got
fun.
no competition.
So this, I finally found my baby saying his Dr. Seuss speech. So
Is that a bow tie?
okay, so that's one back in the third grade doing a is it called, a project on being Dr. Seuss and talking about Dr. Seuss and his political cartoons and the fact that he himself was embarrassed and ashamed of the different wait a minute, somebody's in. Let me see. Of the way he had portrayed mostly Japanese, but Asian Americans in general. Hey, Zondra is in the house.
Oh, I gotta go, Mama.
Hey, Mom. Oh, Billie
I was talking to my
Holiday.
Can you
Look
hear
at
me?
Billie Holiday. Hey, girl.
Can you hear
So
me?
Zondra came on to looking like Billie and gorgeous to honor the Golden Gloves and Miss Audra Day and winning. But we'll come back to that. Right now, we're talking about Dr. Seuss and the fact that they have taken some of his books, off the shelves. Since they're taking them off the shelves, Amazon is selling them like pancakes.
Girl, they at Costco right now. I just saw them the other day when I
Thank you.
went to.
So the fact that they're taking them off the shelves is something that even Dr. Seuss himself in his later years wanted to happen. He felt guilty about the way he had portrayed Japanese Americans during the World War II. He felt bad about the way he had portrayed Black people as well in a lot of his more satirical political pieces. So the fact that they're taking them off the shelves is something that my son, my little political activist, was talking about in the third grade. The fact that not only had Dr. Seuss changed his mind, but he was trying to change the mind of all people, especially in his last pieces where he really dedicated a lot, some of those books to Japanese people, and apologize. Cookie, what do you think about taking a lot of the Dr. Seuss? I think they took about 6 books off the market.
Well, I think Dr. Seuss books were educational no matter what. Okay. That's the bottom line. But good old, white folks, got an agenda. You know what I'm saying? They always got an agenda. And it's most of the time is to destroy the brains of people so that they can control them. So what better move to make right now than to take something away from the kids? I mean, y'all took Toys R Us away from the kids. What the hell?
But did you see some of those images? The images that Dr. Seuss portrayed in those books of mostly Japanese Americans.
Well, I read those books. He didn't do nothing that the rest of the country didn't do back then.
Yeah,
well, no, a lot of those images he had, like, remember those cannibal images in some of those cartoons with the bones in their nose and the little black cannibals having white people in a pot.
Warner Brothers did that too.
Huh?
Right, because Warner Brothers did that too.
Exactly. So those are some of the images that he also put in his books.
But
cannibals.
Were there people like that?
Oh, Cookie, you know.
I mean, I'm just saying. Didn't it, over in Africa, wasn't it people with bones supposedly? You know what I'm saying? Through their body parts or whatever. I mean, you got people right now with dumbbells and shit through their body parts and metal through their body parts. So, you know what I'm saying? We used to put straws in our ears.
Cookie, have you ever seen anybody look like this?
Yes, 3 niggas in Detroit. You are absolutely right. 3 niggas in Detroit. You are absolutely right. It's a cartoon image. You can't be that way. What
about this part? What is he cooking, Cookie? What is he cooking?
He cooking gumbo.
Cookie. Why pot so big, Cookie? And
gumbo.
I
didn't see people cook gumbo in a pot that big before.
No, Cookie. Look what jumped out the damn gumbo. Flint. Let me tell you. This guy jumped out the damn gumbo with some damn cockroach spray.
Oh, okay. Well, you know, what can you say? It's a cartoon. Shit, you trying to tell me South Park and stuff is any better?
This is who they was. No, it's not. But it is because it's intelligent.
Because it's the latest.
No, because it's intelligent. South Park.
Oh, that wasn't intelligent.
How was this?
That nigga looked like a roach. If you seen a roach and you jumped out of the pot, you would spray it too.
Speak truth, preach.
Really?
You want me to be serious? It's not gonna happen.
Who said preach truth on this? You all be shaming yourself, Jason. That is nobody I have ever seen in my life.
I've seen some bitches like that earlier today. And once they take
this guy looks human.
Well, let me say this.
What the hell is that?
Let me say this. I, as a child, looking through those things, I did not recognize those people as black people, or any of the other things. You know, I didn't know.
When you are a child, you think as a child. But when you become a man, you think as a man. And it's your responsibility as a man to protect the child.
No doubt. But you know, now
the child should not be subjected to images that make him feel less than human.
All right, let me say this.
Especially in class, when you are with a bunch of white folks.
Okay,
you teach at a predominantly black school. But my son, he goes to school. How do you think Wonderful feels when the teacher read this book?
May I say something?
The same way he should feel when they tell him the Easter Bunny is real or Santa Claus and none of that shit ain't
but
real.
He ain't a bunny. So he don't care if somebody kill a bunny or a bunny going around having eggs.
Well, he shouldn't
ain't a dang on. He ain't a Easter Bunny. He ain't a reindeer. He ain't none of that. He ain't a pumpkin.
A cartoon.
Wait, why does he have a microphone? Does it really work or is it a prop?
No, he got a karaoke session after this.
This is my you know, I always wanted to be on Solid Gold with that microphone they had, so this is my opportunity.
He always
wanted to be funny and it ain't working. That's why
because dancing was on Solid Gold. What you got to say, Jason? Go ahead. What are you trying to say?
In protecting our children, I think a lot of things that we do, we are putting them in harm's way by not exposing them to some things. We're trying to take away everything from the kids. You know, that's why. So I think they got to be exposed to these things to be educated on. These things are not around. You can't educate them on anything. Everything.
Right, tell them the
take away
truth.
everything.
You as a parent supposed to tell them what is true and what is not. Look, this ain't true. It's a cartoon of supposedly some images of Black people. That's what it is.
What have you done today to save yourself from them?
Me, I just stay at the house with my gun. I don't know what y'all do.
My son goes to school with Asian people as well. It's just not nice. It's not.
The world is not nice.
No, but when you are in a learning environment, you
That's
should not be subjected to blatant racism especially when you're in a room of multicultural children.
Right.
When you gonna learn? When you gonna
learn?
What
do you want to learn? What do you want our children to learn, Jason? What exactly do you want? Do you want them to learn what you learned? How to get trampled by a cop, how to be teased, how to be made to feel like less than what you are when you know you're more than them?
They need to learn as much as they can. They can't be shielded and sheltered from everything.
Yes, but everything is not blatant racism and belittling them and their appearance. That's why our girls come out thinking that they're ugly when they're beautiful.
That's why as a parent, you're supposed to be able to explain stuff to them and so they understand that their existence is more than what's projected on the TV.
As a parent,
yeah, you know, I'm a parent.
No, I know. One of my son's teachers sang a song called the Watermelon Song. And it was like, I love fried chicken and watermelon, and I won't die and get to heaven without my fried chicken and watermelon. And she was like 60, 70, and had been teaching her kids that song since she was a teacher. And genuinely claimed she didn't know what that shit was. I bet you that beautiful lady retired that year. After Claudia's daughter explained some things. You may not have known then, but I bet you know now.
Yeah, well, you know, she was 70. But
there were parents in the classroom that thought the shit was cute too.
I think part of the problem is that they get tenure and then they don't continue their education, so that's an issue.
No, the problem is we don't have enough schools that can just put our kids in there taught by our people.
Exactly. Because let's remember, you're right, Cookie. There was not one
to send them to the school we think is going to be best for them, not knowing the agenda that the person that's teaching them actually has.
And then we don't go to the classrooms and check up on that shit.
I used to.
I do. And that's how I knew they were singing a watermelon and fried chicken song.
My child was in school, and you know Jane Elliott, right? Who did the blue eye, brown eye study?
Okay, yes.
So my son was in school and she was separating the kids from the good kids and the bad kids. Oh, that bitch wasn't there the next year.
Well, we did the same thing, but it was called the Shaker Heights experiment when I was coming up. And it was an experiment on racism and integration. And because the district was predominantly white, one day we separate us in blue and red. One day the reds would get to have recess and freedom while the blues had to sit in the room, and then they switch it up so that children could experience, racism as much as they could. When it was your day to be a blue, you didn't get to, right. You didn't get to have a full lunch. You didn't get recess. You didn't get a full bathroom break or water, So to the best of their ability, they tried to teach it, but I was the only little black girl in the class and I couldn't take off my blue.
Well, the thing about this
My
country
blue
is,
smack was on for life.
Yeah.
and no matter which way y'all twist it, up, down, backwards, and forwards, black people is still only 13% of the population.
Right here,
Out
yeah.
of 100. So with that being said, of course, there's going to be more white schools, more rural white areas. And as you grow as a person and you want more, you end up being in the rural areas that they necessarily don't want you in, even though they wrote in the Bible, love thy neighbor.
But that's the point that I'm making. You don't get to pick where you want me anymore. If
Right.
I'm there, then you have to accept. Or
okay, so
It
if
rolled
they have
over.
to accept, we going into their environment because they accepted us, but they didn't accept that they was going to change. They just accepted us in their environment.
but it is what it is. And at
Right.
this point, there's no room for us to fight each other when there are so many enemies on the outside. It's imperative that we come together as a nation with so many other factors, other countries, with their guns pointed at us.
A nation of people that is 83% over our 13.
Right.
And that a nation.
But we're here.
Right, but
You're only talking
even
about
if the
black
whole,
people.
even if the whole population of black people
Let's
decide.
talk about people of color. You're just putting us in one pocket, but we're not the only ones suffering.
Oh,
There's
no.
black people. There are Latino people. There are Indian people.
Right.
Native American people. There are so many people of color that are suffering, and we outnumber them.
Right.
If you call us all to arms. And it's not about a fight against. And that's the point I'm trying to make. We're Americans. This is a fight with. So we need to figure it out. And things like eradicating images that even the man who drew the images became aware that the images were wrong.
Right.
Yeah.
Didn't want them to continue to confuse our children, which is why he did so many positive books to unite, to bring us together. I can name a million of his books that he did to try to subside his guilt.
Right. But again, when he wrote those books, that was the relevancy of what they were thinking.
No. He began, you're right, with the bad books of the relevancy of what they were thinking. And then he became aware.
Right. You just said that, but I'm saying back when he wrote the books,
right,
it was what was relevant, which was what he was writing. But like you say, as time goes on, he became aware that it was
relevant, is my point. It will always be relevant to be a bully and to always make fun of what is other than you when you're in the majority. So him becoming aware doesn't necessarily have anything to do with the times changing as much as him changing. Because there are so many people that don't change.
Right.
And when you say that you have a problem with us taking out art that does not progress us as a unified people, I have a problem with you. I understand what you're saying when we're getting persnickety when it comes to art. To me, I love Scarlett O'Hara. I love Gone with the Wind. I think it is perfectly captures old America, that antebellum America that existed. That I'm not asking you to get rid of, because the first Black woman won an Oscar. We got an Oscar out of that with Hattie McDaniel. that honored a Black woman, even though it showed the reality of our experience. It still honored her for subjecting herself to that baseness that we had to experience in a time when there was no awareness of humanity, civil humanity. So my point now becomes, we can't continue to pretend like these images are not hurting us, hurting our feelings, hurting us as a people, fucking with our heads.
Some images are not real. You were talking last week about the Proud family.
So you'd prefer that, but the Proud family and that, I believe, in my opinion, are two different things.
Yeah, there's two different things. Yeah.
Because a Black man wrote the Proud family and drew the pictures, period. That's the only different thing. When no white man drawing no pictures of cute little Black girls with their little bellies out and tight little tops.
Right.
Now, white man was drawing Black people with lips that look like this and eating white people. There is a difference. So you cannot compare the two. When you compare the images of a Black man drawing a commentary of what he sees of his people, and the commentary is all love. There is nothing but love coming from the Proud family. There is no one in the Proud family cooking white people and planning to eat them for dinner. It's just not happening. It's not our trajectory. So I believe in my whole heart that some of those books that were taken off the list for Dr. Seuss were necessary. So I don't.
They're worth a lot
They're
of money.
not like canceling all of Dr. Seuss.
But the books that they took off and people still own, I bet they're worth a lot of money, huh?
They are. They are. They've gone up in price.
Now isn't that smart?
Right.
Isn't that smart?
That's a question to Amazon, because once it came off the market, I thought it was supposed to come off the market. Like, I'm still buttering my pancakes with Land O'Lakes and Mr. Butterworth's and Mrs. Jemima. I personally like Aunt Jemima better than Mrs. Butterworth's. That's just my own personal taste buds.
What, you thinking about breakfast right now? Did you?
No, but I'm just saying that was another one of the issues that I feel good. That was another one of the issues that she brought up. They're eradicating all of the things that made America. I mean, do we really want to keep some of that stuff? I'm from Cleveland. I don't mind the Indian guy on our Cleveland Indians logo. What do you think, Jason? Do we want to keep? I think they were going to give Miss Butterworth a suit at one point.
As far as the Cleveland Indians deal is concerned, you know, me personally, I'm like with you. I don't see it, but I'm not in tune with the Indians that I hear. You dig what I'm saying? So if they have an issue with it, in the PC climate that we in, it's gonna be hard not to address it. You dig what I'm saying? So
I agree.
Now, as far as now Aunt Jemima and Ben, is there a Black family that's connected with those names?
Is it a Black family? That's connected with Aunt Jemima and Ben.
Right.
Well, then I like Aunt Jemima and Ben. If it's Black owned,
they changed it. I think they changed those names though.
Is that Aunt Jemima?
I got the syrup right here.
I do too. It was called something else.
She got a perm.
Let me see. Go get the bottle for me.
Syrup, girl.
Thank you, baby. You look lovely.
I was supposed to be Billie Holiday.
I know. You look lovely.
Thank you. You know, I went through a lot of trouble trying to get
Just go get the syrup and tell us when you come back. Okay. Thank you.
Hilarious.
See, that was pretty. But she's paying homage to Audra Day and Audra Day's win. I think I met that baby. I do think I met her through my friend Annette. I'm not sure, but I was very, very proud when she mentioned Tasha Smith. Oh, Tasha, who was my first friend when I moved to California. So, yay. So go ahead. Can we see Aunt Jemima's?
Here she go.
Oh, she got a perm. Now,
Got a
out
perm.
my way, we still got the regular old school Aunt Jemima, where she still looked like Aunt Jemima Bible and everything.
Uh-uh.
So I'm thinking maybe, and we still got the Native American lady sitting on her knees on the Land Lakes. So I'm thinking maybe they just haven't changed it for everybody yet.
I like
Jason.
I don't well, I'm not sure, but I think they are in the process of changing those names. But a lot of things that we do as far as it pertains to getting rid of a lot of things and protecting our children, it's kind of similar to how we are, how our kids don't go outside and get dirty and play anymore, how it's all this hand sanitizer and things of this nature. We're not they're gonna have a rude awakening. I agree. I believe once they get out of school and get out in the real world.
Yeah, what is gonna happen with these young people? I mean, we were just talking to a millennial, and he's got a whole another world of
these people
what it means to give back.
But these young people are
and that's a millennial. What's this generation called? Gen something? X? What are these kids called? Z? Yes, Gen Z. What are
we're X? We're X, then is millennial,
and now Z. Yeah. So what are our
COVID? This is not COVID-19 generation.
Yeah. Right. What are they going? You're right, Jason. Like, what is going to happen to these kids? Because it's like they aren't learning how to talk, how to communicate, how to engage.
All right, so a few things are gonna happen to them, right? They're gonna be real sickly because they have not built up their immune system by getting dirty and playing outside.
In the sun.
Not my son, he does his outside thing. He does his little league stuff. So we do make sure he gets some sun and gets out there. You acting like they damn them white kids in that movie with Nicole Kidman and shit. It ain't like they can't have sunlight. The little niggas can get out. They just can't be all up under people. But our schools just opened back up here in Pasadena, Z.
They're open here too.
Pre-K through 5.
Yeah, here too.
So you think, Jason, that they're just going to be mutes and pale?
They're going to be sickly. They're going to be, they're going to have delusions of grandeur. They're not going to they're going to have a kick in the butt as far as reality is concerned, because a lot of them are spoiled on the come up, guarded from everything. They're not real knowledgeable about the struggle some people have had to make. You know what I'm saying? They're not appreciative of things. They think they owed something. Think somebody owes them something.
Right. They have a very
they don't know how to be persuasive in getting things, like being polite and respectful. As far as authority or their partners. That's just in my observation of being around a lot of kids.
You're right. I find that my son talks to me more like a friend. Like, I have to check him a lot because he spends a lot of time with his friends on this thing in school, and then he's a gamer. So the way they communicate with each other, and because it's not a visual thing for him at this point, he loses himself a lot more. And his whole so we have to watch him a lot because he does tend to, what is it called? Be mad when you zone out. What is it called, D? When they get mad at the game?
When they die.
He rages. So we have to stay on him in his ability to control. So we do a lot of meditational exercises so that he learns control of his emotions. Because you're right, there's in all the videos he's watching, there's
That comes from our kid. A lot of these new kids have a lack of conflict resolution skills. When stuff happens, they pop off like they
right,
don't love hip hop.
right. They just start screaming at each other, obscenities.
Now I'm gonna tell you another thing.
Open that door.
Go ahead. I'm sorry, Ms. Paula. Say that again.
That's when I, as a parent, bust open that door.
Right, exactly. Go
But
ahead.
Now, one thing. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I was just agreeing with you. Go ahead.
Through my experience and observation, it is one thing that most times we have confrontations and conflict. The main thing kind of comes from them using profane language at one another. Somebody cussing one another, and then pops everything off.
My son, and that I had to kind of look at with what Kurupt and my mother were saying, because I admit I heard my son last week scream "fuck you" at the top of his lungs to his best friend on a video game. So he's on punishment for 3 weeks. And the crazy part is he thought he was going to run game on me. So he said, "It wasn't me, Mom. It was a video. I was looking at a YouTube video and somebody on the YouTube video said it." I said, "Okay, go get the YouTube video and let me see it." Okay. So he went back there and fumbled and then came back out and admitted, and, but yes, I heard my son scream "fuck you" with no regard that we are in a house. No, no kind of, any kind of, what is the word I'm looking for? Discretion, just
But
like.
that's what you're teaching him, honey. You're teaching him that. And so
I am not I'm teaching him to control, yes.
Yes,
but I'm not
but he's learning
purposely
to
teaching him to curse.
know.
He's not
No.
even in here looking at me. My thing is, I believe it's my karmic debt because I'm so loose with the cursing. I believe, because he's not here. Like right now, he's not hearing any of this.
So
I'm not doing this on a regular.
I don't think you deliberately are teaching him anything. You can say as many curse words you want to.
That don't mean he gets to say them.
That's what I'm saying.
Look, listen, kids are going to say what they're going to say because it's popular with their friends and they feel some kind of way with them. They're not too worried about it.
I don't even got it. I don't really say "fuck you." I don't yell "fuck you."
Wait, Paula.
I don't yell "fuck you."
Paula and Cookie.
Oh yeah.
You guys are both right, but my
fuck that nigga. But he didn't say "fuck that nigga." He said "fuck you." Okay, go ahead.
Right. But my point is that you are teaching him now how to conduct himself because he has to have the consequence.
Oh,
right.
Yeah.
Right.
So with that
And he is suffering. Oh, he's suffering.
And that's how he's learning. If you did nothing and you were just passive, then he'd be cursing in your house all day.
Yeah, of course she's supposed to discipline him. Of course, I didn't say she wasn't supposed to discipline. I said that kids are going to think they can get away with stuff. So this is not the first time he said it. It's just the first time he said it loud enough for her to hear. That's all I said. And
you guys
he will say it again because he realized that he said it loud enough for you to hear it. You see what I'm saying? I raised a son. My son, I know I got the worst mouth in the world. Right. But my son doesn't. He doesn't. That's just his personality. My son used to that, but it's the age. When he does use a cuss word, he feels some kind of way. You see what I'm saying? But, and I didn't teach him that. He couldn't cuss around me. Obviously, as a mother, he couldn't cuss around me, but he grown ass.
You did teach him that because he ain't cursing around you. So you taught him
not to
cursing. Don't be cursing around me.
Right. So respect.
But I've heard him cuss his friends out on social media, so it has nothing to do. You see what I'm saying?
Do you think that this cursing thing is a product of our children being exposed to so much? I don't put a child block on my son's hardware.
Well,
You know,
again,
I give him that. Jason, do you think that
There's a couple of things. We got several parents who allow them to do that. They laughing when their kid cuss, who
Right.
allow them to cuss around.
No, I
them.
don't think that's cute.
Man,
For
it's
children
terrible.
to
It's
curse.
horrible.
Yes.
It's horrible. So I come across plenty of that, and just
Now
again,
you're a rapper who's known for not using curse words. You're kind of like the Sinbad of rap.
well, I'm just lazy. So my reason for not cussing goes is on some other stuff.
see, if you don't want kids to do something, you have to take the power out of it. Okay,
Right.
which is most parents
So
don't
you're
know.
saying I should just be
Don't
like, oh,
understand
you
how to
cursed.
do.
So
Okay,
what?
so first of all, explaining to a kid that words are made up, and the only reason you saying because you think it gives you some kind of power, and it doesn't.
Right.
It's just a made up word.
Right.
It just like ain't is in the Bible. I mean,
Right.
in the dictionary right now. We
That's
made
right.
up ain't, and they decided to put it in the dictionary. Okay, so really, fuck has no meaning. Okay, we put meanings on it. So
Let's
what you
find
got to
other
do is you gotta
words
learn
that
how to
can
take the
express
power
that feeling. Yes.
away from what your kid think he's
I like that.
Linguistics. Go on, girl.
I like that.
I mean, well, you know, despite the funny, I got a psychology degree. You see what I'm saying? So I understand where that kids fucking love me because I know how to get inside their heads and take the power. Like when I used to be in like the hood, I used to
take the power. You take the power out of the words.
Out of everything. Like when I used to be in the hood, I would walk up on kids and say, boy, I can't wait to see you in front of a liquor store 50 years from now. And they'd be like, Miss Cookie, I'd be like, yeah. You got to take the power out of the word from them. You see what I'm saying? Like shit. We know shit means supposedly
change their minds.
Exactly. Like we know shit supposedly means poop, doo-doo, whatever. But how many and some we use it in so many content.
Right.
Like it's a natural word to use in so many contents. So you that's like I say, as a parent, just learn how to take the power out of stuff that they think are gaining. They're gaining power,
and they really don't understand.
Because see, you can show him how to use other words besides that. You can tell him, say you can call your friend.
I love that. I love that idea.
You could call your friend a whole lot of other words and yell out a whole other lot of words, but that word really don't have no power.
I love that idea because we can do a whole list of words, alternative words to fuck. Alternative words to fuck you. Not fuck, just fuck, but fuck you. You know, I love that concept. And when we're saying right now, only the little kids are going back to school. My son is 12, so he's still at home with me. So how are you, Zondra? How are you, I don't know, adjusting your life to being an at-home homeschool mom for all intents and purposes? And what do you feeling a struggle from it?
It's a struggle because it's like they do really well with the computer technology. I think they've gotten the best grades they've ever gotten. Like my kids are busting straight A's now.
Right.
But with that, I'm at home. I'm not working. I'm at home with them. And I'm checking everything more than I've ever checked before in my life.
Right. You're more engaged.
Teachers, nerds. And I was always an involved parent.
That's good.
But now it's even more so.
So the reason they let the young kids go back to school as opposed to the middle and the high schooler.
Out here, Cookie, high school is going back, but my high school son, we had to make a decision whether we would let them do hybrid or not.
But I'm saying that the younger kids is not as much trouble as the middle school and the
as far as contracting, and
they're throwing that option up there, because the lazier high schoolers gonna be like, I don't want to go there, I want to stay at home and do. You see what I'm saying? They know what they're doing, and the younger kids, I mean, the younger kids they're not as much trouble. You know what I'm saying? So it's
Well,
easier
yeah,
to
I
let
think
them
so
back in
why
school.
with the COVID, they're
But
not.
they're more danger. I was just about to say that, but they're putting our younger kids in more danger. You see what I'm saying? It's
Well,
just
no, because I think that's why they're saying that children don't contract as easily. So I think they're thinking that it's easier to get the young kids back into school because they're really not, transmitting and
There's not that
passing
many
the
cases
disease.
of young
okay,
children.
but actually,
Right.
what measures have they did to make the schools safe?
Oh,
You
they've
went
done
and
the
checked?
whole clearing out of the schools, the whole spraying of the schools,
Less people.
and quarantining the testing of the teachers. So my son is 6th grade, and I think those are the ages where really, and he would be going to junior high. So those are the ages also when they start kissing and stuff. So that's another reason why it may be there's major sports in junior high with sweating and carrying on.
I
So
think it's better that parents like Zondra is teaching her kids and bringing up their academic grades because therefore you have more control over everything about them as opposed to sending them out to
I
somebody
agree.
else and bringing them back and having to deprogram them every day.
I agree,
You know
especially
what I'm
with
saying?
history
Careful, but
nowadays.
I
So
do,
it has its advantages.
I
but I
agree. You
feel like okay. So Cookie and Paul and Jason, I've gone back and forth from a stay-at-home mom to a working mom, back and forth. I have 4 children, so it's been back and forth for many years. And I was enjoying finally just being gone. Now I'm back at home and I have to stay on top of every little thing because there's no one watching them but me.
They're yours, baby. They're
Yeah.
yours.
and your point, I'm still waiting for this point,
So
Z.
they're not, because the point is they're not going away to school. So during the quarantine, it's like I'm watching and dealing with every.
Okay.
They're
And
yours.
that's a complaint.
But I feel what you're saying
Not
though. No, I
really,
feel what you're saying.
not really, because it's not really a complaint because they've done better academically.
I
That's
agree.
what I said. That's what
They
I
were
said at
I
the end
agree.
of my sentence.
and I
But
was able to
but
be at home. So their grades went up because I was like,
On top of it.
yeah,
So it's an
so
advantage.
but,
It's an
I
advantage.
no,
agree.
You control their mind.
And
but
I'm not
but wait,
sitting there wondering if they're showing my baby this shit.
no, but
right.
no. But here's the part though.
What, Jackson?
Because it's gonna be a point where they're gonna have to leave and get out. So even though you are on top of them, as far as their work is concerned, it still stifles a little bit of their independence and them learning to do stuff on their own in a different environment. Because this whole school thing is not necessarily about what you're being taught. It's about how to learn, not necessarily what you learn.
And
And
how to socialize because that's the bigger thing now. Before, it used to be all about your academics and how smart you were. Now,
yeah, how work with people.
just before COVID, they started integrating like social classes, like your soft skills in the workplace and dealing with groups and blah blah blah. Right?
So I'm agreeing with you, Zandra, with they are, and that's what I said. It's a double whammy because they're gonna miss those social skills because they're so addicted to their
So
software. And
so
then
y'all don't take them. Y'all don't take them to the grocery
Because
store. They
wait a
don't
minute,
go
wait
to
a minute, and then
Walmart.
it's on right, and
most
then on
people,
top, wait a minute, and then on top of that, they're going to lose those social skills because they're not going to school to socialize, which
most
is
people,
50% of the reason we send them to school in the first place, right?
Yeah.
right,
Yeah.
right. Most people that I haven't come across who were homeschooled, smart book wise,
Right.
had zero common sense, and they know how did not know how to handle themselves amongst
Right.
different people.
Right. They have a hard time
Okay,
socializing.
so explain to me what's handling yourself around other people.
They're quiet. They
I mean,
really
you got-
don't know how to
Right.
socialize.
Socially
That's a
awkward.
bad
No,
quality.
Well,
Yeah,
they
but
also
it's
have like people who have
weird.
mental health because I'm always going to bring up mental health.
Right.
There are people who are going to have mental health issues where they chemically cannot, they don't know how to socialize and cannot understand social norms.
Right.
We
And
teach
it's equated to that. That is exactly, it's kind of like being raised in the wilderness with some kids, you know,
man,
you
Because
just don't
with
know.
jobs now, what you know is who you know.
Right. You just don't know the rules. You do, and it's not even about the rules as much as it's, or even the
picking up on
protocol.
social norms. It's picking up on social norms.
They don't know how to engage. They don't even look you in your eye. They're looking
Right.
down all the time. So they don't even know how to have a conversation beyond,
So you're not talking to them at the house or looking at them in their eyes or
No, it's
nothing?
different though. It's
that you
different when
have
it comes
to. You
But
definitely
Cookie-
have to.
Cookie, Paula, and Jason, you have to understand that all parents are not you.
Right.
All
And
parents are
that's,
not
I'm
able
not talking about me.
But we not talking, we talking about outside. We talking about versus being inside.
Who's my baby gonna talk to if everybody looking down here and he the only one trying to engage?
Right, but
It
I'm
takes
saying
a village, right?
along with our children, they're socializing or dealing with children that don't have parents like our kids have parents.
Right.
Exactly. So
You
it
gotta learn
becomes
how to
unbalanced. Right. So
That's all I'm trying to say.
you guys know, I'm sure you heard about the teachers meeting. I think it was in Oakland or somewhere where they were talking about how all the parents were getting high in front of the kids and, you know, blah, blah, blah. And they didn't know everyone was listening to this conversation.
Mhm.
You know, I was like, what on earth? I didn't get, but that is, I'm assuming, something that, I don't know, they were worried about. I don't know. I personally never had that problem. And I'm a smoker and I don't have that problem. My child don't, I don't play that. So I don't understand what they think the parents were doing. Jason, maybe you can help me out. Were the parents, was this just his own imagination?
Are you saying
Our
people,
parents, because I've seen some tapes trending.
parents smoke? It's a you talking about parents smoking with their kids?
Not with, but
It's parents that do that.
Elementary, what?
I'm just talking about, so like, let's say you got several kids at the house, whether in middle school or high school, maybe some elementary, parents smoke with their kids.
And
Or some of
you
their
see
kids, their
this?
kids coming to the school building smelling like marijuana because they was in the car with their mama on the way to school. Yeah, plenty of that.
The bottom line is passing blame. So the parents blame the teachers and the teachers blame the parents. No one wants to be accountable. What you have to do is everyone has to be on board together. That's
Now,
how
I'm glad you said that. Every year they come up with all types of curriculum, all type of rule changes and all these things. And I'm saying none of these things are never gonna work. They're gonna keep changing every 2-3 years.
As long as they go home and don't reinforce what you've taught them at school.
Until they have something that involves the parents.
A big problem is kids who are freaking hungry. So they have behavioral problems in school. Well, some of that shit is they.
Well, now they're getting free meals. And as much as I love you all out there and love you all out there, our two hours are up. And I just want to keep y'all coming back. And I want to testify that I had a beautiful, beautiful week. And I want to thank you all. I got a secret. I booked something. I'm moving next week. And I'll kind of tease y'all and let y'all know it ain't nothing but God, because I swear to you, Zondra, it's something that you've been telling me that I should be on since day one. And I just never thought. I don't know. Our God is good.
Exactly.
All the time.
So, Cookie, give us your week and let us know where we can get some of that beautiful stuff you got on. I like that jumpsuit in the back. I gave you my address and I still haven't gotten my jumpsuit. I want that jumpsuit.
Okay, so first of all, the jumpsuit was just made yesterday. That's
I
not
want
what you
it.
want.
That
I
just
want it.
is
It's
cute,
not
girl.
gonna happen. It's not gonna happen unless you buy one. But second of all,
I do. Did
I've
you
already
send? Did you
a
send the
t-shirt.
T-shirt?
Yes, ma'am. I sent you a
Okay.
t-shirt.
I
It's
can be
already-
greedy if I want to. This
Yes,
is
you
my
can. You sure
Zamumba.
can.
Shout
You
out
can
to
be all that
Zamumba.
you want to be. That's you.
That's
You can
cute
be whatever
too.
you want to be.
She
Huh?
she's shouting out our weekend watches is Essence Comedian, Essential
No,
Comedian.
essential comedian.
Okay, give him your hookup.
Cookie Hall. If you don't know who I am, shame on you.
She's shouting out Audra Day and all the great people that won. I'm shouting out Zamumba. We've got Lunel, our girl. I penciled her in for next week. Shout out. She's gonna come in and show us some love. She sent us a picture just to kind of hold us over. And this is her daughter and her celebrating. So they're gonna come hang out with us. I'm searching for my girl Sherry Hadley. That's my girl. But y'all gotta see Zamumba. It just was so sweet. And it just was so good and brought back all the right memories. That's how you do a reboot or a part 2 or whatever it's called. So check it out this weekend. Zondra is suggesting you check out Lady Day.
The
Go,
United States
Audra.
versus Billie Holiday.
It's on you. He's suggesting we check out the rap movie. What is it on Netflix? What's it called again?
40-year-old version.
40-year-old version. Yes. And Cook is suggesting we check out Essential Comedian Cookie on cookiehole.com.
Correct. Thank you very much.
We love you, and I
Watch it, Cookie.
pray. Now you should have had it down like that the whole time. Oh yeah, you was up because you were Audra Day. Right. Oh, and I want to give a shout out to Daniel Koala Bear because he definitely took the time to have a speech. You know, even though they fucked with him, I was kind of glad they fucked with him, but not really glad, just a little glad, just so he could be humbled a little. And he came out of that like a champ. And he let us know within his speech that he did care. And that's all I asked. So thank you, Daniel Koala Bear. And congratulations on your win. Congratulations to Blue Skywalker, aka John Bodega. I know it's Bodega, but I like Bodega. Love you guys. See you next week.
Peace.